Welcome back to the channel. I'm completing a challenge set by Sim again. He recently tried to land at Saba airport, a very short runway along the coast, and he accepted a 2.5 crosswind, all pure from the left there, going over from the ocean. We've got some risks coming in. We've got some terrain with some sheer cliffs, potential mountain wave, especially if it was coming from the other direction, and some sort of like some wind shear potentially close to the runway. So let's see how we go. So initially I'm setting up for trying to keep my airspeed low because I know it's a short runway. Initially 70 knots on my initial approach. Then later on I'll try and get it down to 60 knots just to try and allow myself a bit of distance, lack of speed to stop in a short distance. So let's see how we go. So I'm going to do my pump flow checks, which are standard before landing checks. Brakes have pressure, on the carriage is down. Mixture is full reach, master is on, mags are on both. Fuel is sufficient, and also changed to the largest tank. I check my oils and temperatures, and my hatches and runners are secured. Okay, all that out of the way. Let's keep going along with my approach. I'm going to try to crab. I'm a bit out of position at the moment. I'm being blown across as the wind into this terrain here. It's one of the risks. I'm also pretty close to that top of that edge at the moment on the cliff, so I would expect maybe some wind shear around about now. There we go. I think I've got a little bit there. And I'm just kind of like focusing on the airspeed, because I'm not going to land. I'm probably not going to land anyway, realistically, because of the nasty crosswind, but let's see how we go. Alright, kind of getting back on track now. It's looking alright. Yeah, I'm really getting back on profile. I probably want to do some short field techniques. So one of the things about short field technique is getting the power back and also the airspeed lower, but also aiming a little bit short before the normal touchdown point where we want to land, just to kind of get that the advantage of, there's going to be a little bit of float when we touch down. So if we aim a little bit short, we eliminate that float period. Okay, I'm realizing I'm just too high at the moment, so I'm pushing myself down, trying to do a little bit of slipping just to bring it down, but this is not really working right. So I kind of do a touch and go kind of, it's not like I'm not going to land on this. So I'm going to do the sensible thing, do a go around, and we'll cut back in a minute and see how I do on the return. Alright, we're coming back. We've lined up with the opposite runway this time. Some advantages from this way. We don't have the terrain as big of an issue. We don't have all the cliffs in the way. Wind shear might be a little less from this direction just because there's less terrain, but we do have that, Saba airport is kind of lifted a little bit from the runway with the cliffs there at the bottom of the sea, so that's going to push up and cause us potentially some wind shear. But some of the rolling effect from going up the cliffs there further up where all the town is, some of that's eliminated for coming from this direction. Again, I'm focusing on the airspeed, out of 60 knots now. Okay, kind of doing a bit of slipping now to kind of line up the runway, so aileron into the direction of the wind and rather opposite direction. Okay, I'm looking a little bit better this time, still a bit fast though. Okay, I'm down, but I'm definitely too fast. I'm not going to stop in time. But this is Microsoft Flight Sim. We'll just keep going until we can't go any further. And oh dear, crap. But let's not give up. Let's change aircraft. So some of you might know I got to solo level in helicopters in real life. So let's go for Airwolf. This is L216, I believe. The same model as Airwolf. So when it comes to helicopters, when they're kind of like in their normal flying configurations, fairly similar. The side click, which is the stick in between your legs, left goes left, right goes right, up and down changes our pitch, which are fairly similar. A little bit worried about the cliffs. In this case, we're actually going to go over a little bit just because bit of manoeuvring issues. Okay, at this stage I'm checking to make sure my landing gear is down. I can see 3 green, so it's down. Also looking at my airspeed. So my airspeed is kind of like to the left of the artificial horizon there. And I'm just getting rid of that annoying master caution alarm. I'm tearing along, I'm like at 110, 120 knots. Not the ideal speed to be at, so I'm going to have to slow down this aircraft. So what I do is I bring back the collective and also the cyclic at the same time, just to reduce the speed back rapidly. Normally it would be a lot more graceful than this, so you can see I'm getting the airspeed down now, but I am getting a little bit of altitude while doing it. Now, because we've got the crosswind coming from the left, the smartest thing to do with a helicopter is just to turn to the left. We have infinite number of directions we can land in a helicopter, so we just turn in the correct direction. My airspeed is down now, and I'm going to look down in my leg well just to have a look and see where the terrain is. I'm just going to kind of hover in place now, so I've got the aircraft hovered, kind of matching effectively the airspeed. Basically my aircraft's kind of like doing 25 knots against the ground, but the wind is kind of pushing it back, so we're kind of hovering now. And I'm just using my rudders, or my pedals as they call it in the helicopter land, just to keep the aircraft stationary. I'm kind of using that, kind of pushing myself backwards. I'm using the cyclic to pull my aircraft back a little bit, keeping an eye out in that, just in that leg well. In real life I could also look out the sides much more easier. If I was in CES fancy simulator, I would have much more view, but here I'm just relying on that leg well. Okay, we're over the top of the runway now, and I'm just going to put this aircraft down. Okay, I've realised I'm slightly off the runway, and I know there's a bit of a sheer drop and there's a bit of vegetation there, so let's just pick up again and move forward slightly, just hovering nice and gently, and we'll put it down. So there you go, no impossible challenges here, all great, perfect landing. I don't know what Cez was talking about. There you go.